Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Come on, guys. It's only what? 12:30? Assalamu alaikum. There we go. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ما يهدي الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله على آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I'd like to begin by sending peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send peace and blessings upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad and his companions, his wives, and indeed upon all of the believers until Yawm al-Qiyamah. Indeed, all praise and the best of praise is due to Allah Azza wa Jal. We praise Him, we seek His assistance, and we seek His forgiveness, especially for topics like this one. So, inshallah ta'ala, we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects us from the sin of the tongue and from the evil within ourselves. And we bear witness that there is no deity of worship except Allah Azza wa Jal, and that Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, is His beloved and final messenger. Sallallahu ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. I want to begin today's session with a story. Many of you who have heard me speak over the last, as I said, I guess over the last decade, it's been that long, mashallah, know that I used to start off, it wasn't a Shad Imam story or talk until there was some mention of Salahuddin Ayyubi, all right? And I haven't done that in a very long time. So I wanted to begin with the story of the great Muslim general, Salahuddin. How many people here heard that name before? All right, here we go. All right, how many people heard Salahuddin? Not Aladdin, Salahuddin, right? That's the way he is in World Civ in 9th grade. That's how they teach it to us. Anyways, Salahuddin is one of the greatest Muslim generals of all time. In fact, was known for retaking Jerusalem from the Crusaders and the Crusading army. One of the little-known facts about his army was that a requirement to fight in the army of Salahuddin was that you had to pray Qiyam al-Layl. It was a requirement. You had to get up in the middle of the night and pray Qiyam al-Layl. He was so adamant about this that he would literally walk around to the tents of his soldiers at night to make sure that they were praying. It was before one of the great battles that he went to all of the tents in his camp and found one tent from which there was no recitation of Quran coming. On the outside, he could hear no recitation of the Quran. And he said, by Allah, if we lose on the battlefield tomorrow, it's because of the insincerity of this one tent. An entire army, tens of thousands of musallin praying for victory from Allah, and because of one tent, he said, it could all be thwarted. When he went inside the tent to reprimand them, he found the soldiers so steeped in khushu that tears were streaming down their faces in dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He walked out of the tent and he said, by Allah, if we win tomorrow, it's because of the sincerity of this tent and its inhabitants. Now, why is it that I began this topic, the topic of, broadly speaking, gender relations, and a story about Salahuddin? What he was dealing with was a physical battle. But what we deal with is no less great than that battle. Because every single day we are faced with challenges. And every single day we have problems that we have to confront. The question is, are we doing it with sincerity? I want to be very frank here. I am probably the least qualified speaker on that entire list of speakers for today, and they've given me the most tantalizing subject that there is. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it justice per se, and I'm going to blame Omar Nasimi for that, by the way, because I know it was his fault. But let's be real. When it comes to, can I move this around? There we go. when it comes to the issue of gender relations, this is perhaps the toughest thing that young Muslim men and women have to deal with. It's easy to say no to alcohol. It's easy to deny drugs, for instance, right? But sometimes when it comes to the opposite sex, all of a sudden we start justifying things in our mind. And we start looking at things from a different perspective.